Hey everyone, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my channel here in my wild backyard in the Black Hills of South Dakota. One of my favorite things about a cold day in winter is keeping the oven running and making some delicious baked goods. And of course, one of the best of those is apple pie. So let's do that in soap form today. And I also have a story to tell you about some baking things that happened to me over Thanksgiving. Most of the soaps that I make, I usually use essential oils, but there are a few fragrance oils that I like to use regularly, and I get them from either Nature's Oil or New Directions Aromatics. Nature's Oil, I love their apple cinnamon, which I normally use in candles, but I had some left over, so I wanted to try it in soap today. And then I also really love their Brownie Batter fragrance, and that's what I use for my raspberry truffle soap. And then from New Directions Aromatics, I get their watermelon fragrance, and then some kind of like a fruity fragrance that I use for when I make popsicle soaps for kids. So those are the main ones that I regularly stock, but I didn't know how this apple cinnamon would behave in this soap today, and it does accelerate. So I'm glad that I did a layered soap and didn't attempt any type of a hanger swirl, or it would have been an utter failure. But let me tell you, this smell is so good, like obviously a little stronger than essential oils. As soon as I got them to my wholesale customers, because I only did 10 of them just as an experiment, they sold in like 2 seconds. So I have made another 20 bars since then with the same fragrance. And I decided to put the rose hips that I harvested from our yard on the top, like in the middle, instead of on the side, like I did with this batch that I'm showing you guys today. And I will say it does heat up the soap batter quite a bit, and it ended up cracking a little, which is okay because that almost gives it like an authentic apple pie look. So that brings me to the short story for today. Over Thanksgiving break, I have been just baking my heart out for the past several years, working on my baking and cooking skills, collecting recipes and typing them up in a Word doc, and I finally nailed pie crust. And I made the most beautiful lattice top apple pie ever. I'll show you a picture right now. But I did it deep dish, and I did not cook the apples at all ahead of time, and they were all pretty much Granny Smith apples. So we go to slice into the pie and discovered that even though it was crispy and bubbling and seemed like it was done, the apples were still somewhat raw, and I was like so sad because it was the most beautiful thing ever. So we ended up cooking it some more later, and my husband and I ended up eating the rest and didn't share the rest with our family. Thankfully, nailed the pumpkin pie, best pie I've ever had in my life. I was so happy. So I'm so thankful that at least we had that, and I had also made some pumpkin cheesecake as well. But I don't know, I'm 22 weeks pregnant as of the recording of this video. Surprise! And I guess I've been craving sweets. So I've been baking a lot lately, which is great because the house has been cold. So yeah, anyways, that's my short little story for the day. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video and a little bit of holiday music.